We are on page 22 for this lesson. And again, we are comparing two passages. I know that is going to be the case, so let me go ahead and draw my two circles in here to make the Venn diagram. If you're planning to go on to college, you will probably see lots of Venn diagrams. They are very common for organizing not only what you read, but what you write. If you have to write something that compares and contrasts two things, this is a good way to do that. Okay, let's read the two passages and we will take a look. Passage 1. Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton fought a duel in 1804. And a duel is a sword fight. That event changed many lives. Alexander Hamilton lost his life. Aaron Burr's life was never the same. The man who had once been a United States Senator and Vice President was now called a murderer. Then Aaron Burr was charged with treason. His crime? He planned to invade Mexico and set up an independent government there. At a trial, Burr was declared not guilty. Passage 2. Aaron Burr quickly showed how smart he was at a young age. Princeton University accepted him when he was 13 years old. Burr later fought in the Revolutionary War. He became a senator for New York. Then Burr served as Thomas Jefferson's vice president. Alexander Hamilton tried to undo Burr's power. Finally, Burr got tired of Hamilton's words and deeds. He challenged Hamilton to a duel. He had to defend himself. So this is describing, at least in part, the same event. There was a duel between Hamilton and Burr. That is specifically pointed out in both passages. Passage 1 tells me that it was in 1804. It tells me that Hamilton died. He lost his life. It tells me that Aaron Burr, who had once been a senator and a vice president, was now called a murderer. And actually, this is a common thing. Aaron Burr was senator and vice president. That was given in both passages, so that really should go there. He was also charged with treason, which is a crime against his country, because he had a plan to invade Mexico. At trial, he was found not guilty. Okay, the other passage talks about how intelligent Aaron Burr was. That he went to Princeton at 13 in college. He was a Revolutionary War veteran. He became a senator and vice president. We've got that in the middle. This says that Alexander Hamilton tried to undo Burr's power. So this says that Alexander Hamilton went after Burr. He challenged Burr. Burr got tired of it. He challenged Hamilton to a duel. And had to defend himself. So this passage does not suggest that Burr was a murderer. This passage explains it as Burr had to defend himself. So let's take a look here at the question, number 2. And I know they tell me the answer, but let's figure out why it is the answer. Which is the best comparison of the author's points of view? Both of the authors provide facts about Burr's life in an objective and unbiased way. Both of the authors provide facts to show that Aaron Burr served his country honorably. The author of Passage 1 has a positive view of Burr, but the author of Passage 2 has a negative view of Burr. The author of Passage 1 has a negative view of Burr, but the author of Passage 2 has a positive view of Burr. That's the one, because Passage 2 talks about him being a smart young man. He was a Revolutionary War veteran. He got tired of Hamilton's pestering him and had to defend himself. So D is the best one. And there's the proof of that. This is Passage 1 and this is Passage 2. Okay, let's go to resources and add in the Venn diagram. This may be my favorite of all the mind maps. I really, really like this one. And there I am again with, let me just make a copy of, actually let me just squeeze it in right here. It doesn't have to be too big. So this one is to compare and contrast. Two things. And you can draw a Venn with more than 2 circles, but it gets very complicated very fast. So I did not go into that one. It really becomes complicated when you add in that 3rd circle. Okay, so here we go. Let's do 1 circle. And for me, it's just easier to copy because I'm using a computer. And this is called a Venn diagram. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, this is one of my favorites when I have to compare and contrast. It's also, all of these are very good ways to organize an essay. So comparison, contrast, this could be very helpful to you on the high set essay. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. We'll take a look at page 20.